Exposure to bright light causes temporary blindness.
At that time, she would decisively take them out. However, just as Nick was briefing Lucy, inside, Kayla's water broke. Those who have given birth know when water breaks, it's very risky for child and mom. But what can they do in this situation? Nick also noticed the water on the floor, but she was unable to help. The conflict was about to start, so she quickly hid Kayla and the others in the bathroom. Then she boarded up the bathroom with planks matching the wall color. This was done to mislead. At this moment, the SWAT team outside began to sneak into the yard. After settling the family, Nick quickly hid behind the car. Just as the SWAT team reached them,
Nick signaled with the walkie-talkie. Lucy quickly switched off the power.
the bright light instantly engulfed the crowd. Pupils constricted rapidly in self-defense. Everyone lost the ability to move. Stunned, they stood still as Lucy pulled the switch. Nick's slaughter began. After a brutal fight, Nick hit again, but they didn't notice at all. Then Lucy turned the power off again. As before, they had no countermeasures. As the lights went out, Nick charged into the crowd again for another fight. Due to the chaos on site, friendly fire incidents even occurred. Everyone began shooting blindly.
Nick wolfed through the crowd,
wielding his knife. As the last person fell, the entire squad was wiped out. The captain ordered the second team to continue the attack. The team just arrived in the yard to see comrades' bodies everywhere. Meanwhile, Nick hid under one of the bodies.
he drew his weapon and prepared.
Kayla in the bathroom was in excruciating pain. Labor pains had her unable to sit or stand. At the same time, Nick signaled with the walkie-talkie. The breaker tripped again, making the yard bright as day.
Everyone faced brief blindness.
Headache filled the air around them.
As the lights went out, Nick quickly burst out of the crowd.
He kept attacking the group wildly. He was like a female Grim Reaper, seemingly immune to weapons. The heavily armed forces felt like blocks of tofu before her. She took them down effortlessly. Not a single one survived, and she didn't even sustain a scratch. Inside, Kayla was at a crucial moment.
The intense pain forced her to push with all her strength.
In the end, a mother's love triumphed over pain. In the yard, Nick had taken out everyone. Seeing this, the captain lost his mind. He told the last few to keep attacking, otherwise eliminate them. He casually took one of the heavy weapons, but as they entered the room, they were drawn in by the sound of a radio and fired a barrage of bullets. This move played right into Nick's trap. As the last few fell as well, the captain got even angrier. He aimed a rocket launcher at the house and fired. Luckily, Nick quickly raised the TV. This successfully diffused a crisis, but the massive shockwave still knocked her over hard. Then, the captain strode into the room. The scent spread in an instant. Then he got hit by a frying pan. The old man also kept firing his gun, but not a shot hit. Nick and the captain fought fiercely. Meanwhile, Nick was suppressed by his opponent.
At the same time, those who rushed and heard the baby crying in the bathroom.
They quickly smacked the boards with rifle butts.
Soon, the mother and her 2 children were completely exposed to their guns.
Inside, Nick was already being choked by the captain. Just before he passed out, she kicked the old man's dropped gun towards him with all her strength. At this moment, the troubles they faced were completely resolved, but the old man completely closed his eyes. Perhaps this was a relief for him. Nick doused the entire house with gasoline. Then he set it ablaze, turning it to ash. Then he led the others to flee the town. Kayla had arranged with her new boyfriend. It would take them away if all went well. From today onwards, they could start a new life.
But ideals are always far from reality.
Lucas and his men came here. After the men scouted around, they did not find the family inside. The men believed they might be buried under the rubble, but Lucas was sure they had escaped. She was Avila, the local drug lord Lucas worked for. Lucas told Avila that Nick had evidence against them. If this got revealed, the consequences would be dire. Now, he had no other leverage left. He hoped Avila could help take out Nick and his crew. Avila did not refuse after hearing this. This was important for her drug empire. Meanwhile, Nick's group had also met Walker, who was waiting to assist just as they were about to leave. A bullet shattered Walker's skull. It turned out Avila had sent a sniper, and there were also armed forces.
Nick did not hesitate to pull the trigger, engaging them, although they were all well trained.
They still weren't a match for Nick. Lucy took this opportunity to rush to the driver's seat, ignoring the bullets and starting the car. Then she hit the gas and bolted out. By that time, Nick had fully dealt with the fighting. Watching the ambulance leave, he even cracked a smile. A truck armed with heavy weaponry appeared before them. Nick ran over right away.
but he was still unable to stop them.
She aimed her weapon and fired at the shooter. After taking one down, she was also gunned down. Nick, witnessing the scene, was furious. He shot and dropped the gunner and returning driver. But even so, this tragedy was irreversible. She first sent the criminal evidence against Lucas to the TV station, revealing his crimes for the world to know. Lucas, at a loss, sought refuge with Avila. This scene was all part of Nick's plan. Nick then went outside and dug up a wooden box. Opening it revealed weapons, money, and passports. Yes, these were her trump cards. Nick armed herself to the T. Next came her moment of revenge. As the scene shifts, Lucas lay dead in the bathtub. The villa was a scene of carnage. Even Avila was found in a pool of blood, and Nick swaggered out of the villa. She avenged the family. The story ends.